Hey, hey. Today is Thursday. It's an interesting day thus far. And I realized, I believe I didn't actually do a journal entry yesterday. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. I know I uploaded a bunch that, well, 3 of them that over the past few days. But yesterday was interesting in that I felt the pressure relief, which I think was actually the day before. I don't know, all the days are beginning to, and they have been for a little while. Every once in a while I kind of get this anchoring of the day and trying to connect that with the calendar day. Usually that happens on the morning fire ceremony. I didn't join this morning. I joined, but I joined from Facebook and just listened. And I did the drawing. I do a drawing every day. I couldn't not go. So, what took place for me, and I've been sitting with it for a while, well, over 24 hours now, and just kind of feeling, as I know that that pressure in the chest, it's starting to build again. I've noticed that this morning. Yesterday, it felt good, except that I was just angry. I mean, it was like this energy shift took place during the fire ceremony. I can see it on many different levels. One, when we set, my little Rashini wants out. I can keep talking, but I gotta let it open the door for him. So, and the background noise might be a little bit louder because they're doing some stuff over here, remodeling, construction, wiring. I don't know what they're doing over there, but so I felt that pressure release in the chest, and it was like, oh, you could breathe, and then, made it down to the river, and ceremony was cruising along really good, and then it was like something shifted, and it was like, oh dear, and I needed to leave, and it was like I got this energy of the whole world can kiss my ass. And it's like there's a hair trigger. Well, now, on a personal level, I can see for myself took place I can see for myself, I'm processing a lot of feelings and emotions. Two mothers that are like opposites, but not, and in their own way, and different representations, so to speak. Metaphysically, there's, and I realized that that pressure release was also part of, I woke up later from the nap and realized, like, wow, that's gone. And a sister and I was talking, and it turned out to be the big 8.8 earthquake, and it was like, I can breathe now. But I also had a release and an aha and different things in my personal life as well. Well, so then there's this anger. Yesterday morning, I was like, what is, geez, and so I take this to my typical biological, that entrained thinking. So I took it there in that anger piece and, worked with that. And then the grief and all of that with my adopted mom. And then this like double grieving that begins taking place. And it's like, whew, okay, but I needed to go through those grieving processes and really feel and all these memories coming up. And then I realized a little bit later, I'm watching my astrology channel that I love so much. And it just became this processing. I had this intense clarity moment, like, okay, I need to take all this energy and I need to put it into something creative. And this creative moment, when I started listening to my playlist, I went back to the first retrograde and started processing and listening through, and I just became like this ravenous energy of, and I'm wanting to get back to it, but I needed to rest for a while. I processed several different retrogrades and then went through some astrology, this piece of the puzzle that Spirit has me working with, that feels really, really good and energizing to my soul right now. It's a way of channeling some energy. It's something that's been kind of working on me for about, well, I don't know how many months, maybe since, I think since I landed here in Yuma. It's like, I've become a little bit ravenous with this astrology thing, but I'm telling you, there's something to it, and it affects our Mother Earth, and it affects our collective as well as each one of us personally, and it really can be quite simple. And so I'm like, wow. So anyway, I'm working with that, and then this clarity came through with the anger, and also a way for me to move forward. This is the beauty piece for me right here, right now. This beauty piece, this aha clarity moment of bringing, because I can see the rose in both my mom And there's got to be some clarity here that I loved my biological, I loved both my moms. And that my biological mom was not evil. Not the real mom. Underneath the illness that took over. Yes, there were a lot of challenges growing up. For me, we all have them. We all have them. And yes, that core wound has been identified, and that's a big, big portion of what we are in right now, especially as a couple, individually, lineage-wise, and collectively. There's a core wound. And we're all being taken deep, deep in right now with the astrology taking place to really connect with that core wound. And that core wound is our gift. And even though many of us can say, well, I've been around this spiral how many times? This is the time astrologically, with the planetary energies, is a once in a lifetime opportunity to really surrender into that core wound. And I've seen some amazing, amazing people. They are being taken to their knees right now. They're being taken prostate with their core wound. And so working with that. I'm not going to go into all that. It's not where I had plans for this to be. Of course, Spirit says, good luck with the plans. Yeah. Oh, because I'm feeling that in my chest, and that anger. And so on a Mother Earth level, this is where I'm wanting to move this. On a Mother Earth level, she's fucking pissed. She is pissed. She's downright freaking angry. You want to know why? Because even though we are like crazy human lunatics, humans are lunatics. Human beings, we're just nuts, right? We built a big home on top of a fucking volcano. And the volcano is live. And there are many, many lives at stake. And the greed of wanting more money, pretending everything's just fine. Oh God, I remember that with my biological family. Sweeping shit underneath the rug. Don't tell them this, don't tell them that, don't tell this person that, don't tell this person that. And all these secrets. And I had them all swimming in my head when I was growing up. My dad telling me this about my sister, about my brother, about my mother, but I couldn't tell nobody. My mother telling me about this and telling me about this and telling me about that, but I couldn't tell nobody. This person telling me this about this person, that person, this person. It was like all these fucking family secrets, and they all came to me, and I couldn't tell nobody about them. That's a lot of pressure to put on a little girl. And then I was the one always called on to make peace between them because they couldn't talk to each other because they were keeping secrets from each other. Like, Jesus Christ. Well, that's taking place on the collective level. They don't want to tell people this and that, and they've been sweeping all this data underneath the rug because of greed, money, tourism. They keep the little soldiers working. Oh, they feel the rumbles. Oh, well, you're living on top of a volcano. Oh, it's just normal little rumbles. She does this periodically. Yeah, well, let me tell you, when my mom blew, she blew. It blew the whole freaking family apart. And many of them tried to pretend like there was nothing wrong and I was the evil one. Because I was made out to be the evil one. Because I couldn't keep secrets anymore. Because I didn't want to live like that anymore. I didn't want to numb myself out with the alcohol and the drugs and try to pretend everything was just fine and dandy. When my soul was like, oh, there's something better. There's something different. There's something more. There's something that feels a lot different. And I woke up. And yeah, it's painful. It's painful to walk through all of that. It's painful to admit that you were this or that. It's very, very painful. But we all have them. We all do it. Or have been there. So when I found myself angry, spiteful, hateful, and going, what the fuck? With my beloved family, I knew I needed to pull back. Just a little bit. Process inside of myself what was getting ready to blow so that I could temper it. Bring it all together. See the real truth underneath it. Add some love to it, some gratitude. Turn it into a diamond. Turn it into quartz. Because had you moved me to maybe the week before, same thing happened. That's what kind of got me was like, okay, wait a minute here. There's nothing different going on. This is all inside of you. So I could see where you get that one little crack and let those energies in. However, we can always seal the bubble again and refill it. But you have to let all of that spew out so that it can fertilize new growth. And that's what we're here for. And bring the rainbow casting crystal with the sweetgrass. Braid. Turning all that dark carbon nasty shit, so to speak, the dark stuff. We're made of dark matter, by the way. You know, they say we're light. Yes, we are. In these human bodies, as souls, we're light. That's the spark. But guess what? Something had to spark. There had to be something before it could spark. Think about it. Feel it. It's called nothingness, darkness, nothingness. Breathe that in. That's called peace. And from that peace, then it multiplied. Masculine, feminine, love, masculine energy, poof, into the feminine womb. Spark. Let there be light. We became light. To remember that we're light. To go back to the light. And we're actually fragments, particles, slowed down out of nothingness. Living this life of creator as puppets, so to speak. Which takes me to my biological dad. Most humble man I know, besides my Uncle Kenneth. Now that I've kind of grown up, so to speak, because I remember him saying, it's like there's a big puppeteer in the sky, and we're puppets. There's some truth to that. I do believe. At this moment. Anyway. Wow. I can breathe again. And there's this calming there's still some anger there. And I believe that anger is at least on the Mother Earth level. Why aren't you little humans listening? I don't mean to cause you harm. I hear the Kogi prophecy, the Kogi address from me. I don't mean to cause you harm, but I have to regenerate myself. And while we are animals, we could listen to our own intuition and not the government and authorities. Anyway, peace, dignity, freedom equals love. I'm trading really fast. Hey, hey.